Well, good morning. It's a time for another cup of coffee with Mr. Larry, and it is November the 11th. It is Veterans Day, so for all you veterans, thank you, and we appreciate your service and appreciate all that you do for us. So, I want to again, as we kind of have brought coffee with Mr. Larry back from the grave. I did it because I believe I know some things and know people that know some things that my baby boomer friends need to know. All right. Now, if some of the younger group gets on here or the older group gets on here, that's cool because the stuff impacts them. But as baby boomers, we have not prepared ourselves for what's coming, most of us. And so I wanted to just kind of today share some information with you if I can make the magic screen work here. And so let's see if we can make it happen. Maybe not. Yep, there we go. I think you can see that. So basically, here's what I want you to see. These are just statistics, right? Now, um, the old story: figures can lie and liars figure. But the truth is, these are statistics. They come from very reputable places, and while you can argue one way or the other with them, they are close enough to get our attention. There are now 78 million baby boomers alive in the United States today. Every day, 10,000 more baby boomers turn 67. And here's what's interesting is that we're not at the peak yet. The peak that these numbers continue to increase through 2024. There's a lot of us out there. And we said you can't may or may not can see those the blue arrow going up. That stat says that there's now a little over $8 trillion in home equity that baby boomers control. It's now over $9 trillion. So I'll come back and we'll talk about that equity position for boomers later on in the next episode or two. But here's what I want you to see: 30% of baby boomers have no retirement savings. And another 25% have saved less than $50,000. Got the picture? A little over half of the baby boomer population really are not in very good shape when it comes to retirement. They're putting their hope on Social Security. And so without getting into politics, the math says that Social Security just cannot continue at the pace that we're going at. Something's going to happen. Now, I don't believe they're going to. I mean, I don't know unless the whole world turns upside down. I don't believe the politicians have the courage to tell 78 million people who vote that we're going to cut Social Security. But there are ways that the bureaucrats will go about making those numbers less trustworthy, right? So if you're that half of the population, be prepared, right? If you're in the other half of the population, just understand that it's still not rosy for us either. So here, a couple other things. Listen to me, church, the single biggest problem that boomers face, the single biggest risk is that you'll need long-term care somewhere before you die. 70%. 35% will need some sort of nursing home care. 70% of the boomers studied say that they believe their health insurance will pay for this long-term care. No, Medicare will not pay for long-term care. Now you'll get a little temporary help, maybe 100 days worth, but that's it. But yet less than 3% of boomers have made a purchase of long-term care insurance. Now we're going to talk about that again in another episode, why we're knuckleheads and hadn't done that. But look at this now. The cost of care is going to range somewhere between $30,000 and $150,000 a year. It will not take long to burn through your resources. Got it? Well, did you know who pays for Social Security? Social Security. Who pays for Medicare if you can't afford it? The state. The state. And again, we'll talk about some of that later as we do other episodes. So I just wanted to kind of set the table for you with the statistics. And we're going to have a good, deep conversation about this because I think that's my job. I think it's my job to be the watchman on the tower, at least telling, I can see him coming. I can see him coming, right? And so that's going to be my job. Many people hear this, just turn it off because we don't want to face reality. I get that too. But if you stick with me through these little videos, then I promise you, you're going to at least know what's going to happen statistically. Might not happen to you. You may never face long-term care. You might die this afternoon, which means we ought to have another conversation. And I want all of us to, I don't know how long we're all going to live, that's in God's hands, but I do want all of us to live a good, long, healthy life. We can only do the part that we can do. So having said all that, I'm 7 minutes into this thing and I'm going to stop for today. I probably won't do one of these tomorrow. If I get back in time, I will, because I really want to talk about these problems so that we can get to the solutions. So have a good day. Go find some, if you're a veteran, thank you again. If you're not a veteran, find a veteran, shake their hand, thank them for their service, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks. God bless you. Bye-bye.